Hi everyone, welcome back to Mad About Cards and Crafts. Today I have a clean and simple card using the stencil, the rectangle stencil that I shared the other day from Tailored Expressions. These are some of the products that I used, and I wanted to show how easy these stencils are. There are two etched lines on these stencils, and I did not measure the inner stitching, and I'm guessing it's maybe a quarter of an inch in, and you line your paper up with those etched lines. Now the outer edge I know for sure is 5.5 by 4.25. Sorry about that, I said it backwards, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm lining that up with the outer edge of the etched line, and then I will go back in and manually cut the panel down just slightly. These are so easy to use, and I absolutely love them. I'm going to show another card in a video later this week where I use the negative space. I think that's what it is. I always get that mixed up. Anyway, I'm putting a mark here so that I know where that snow on that stamp ends, and I'm going to blend in this stormy sky to that point, and that will be where my snow is. Then I'll come in with picked raspberry, and finally with seedless preserves. So I do a light application. I always tap off my brush first before I put it to the panel. And you'll see that even though I do that, this is the first time this has ever happened to me, and I suspect it was actually the ink pad and not the brush, but I get a big mark of ink right here. So I got that big glob of ink, but because the stamp is dark, I went ahead and stayed with it, and I thought, let's see where this goes. Before I try to scrap this, I'm going to work through it and see whether or not you're going to notice it once I do the stamping. Here in South Dakota, we just had a big blizzard. We had about 2 feet of snow and then had 3 and 4 foot drifts. Our driveway is huge. We have 2 driveways, and I would say that they're close to a 1/4 mile each. And then our front area where we park was all built up with snow, so our plow wouldn't go through it. We had to go next door and borrow our neighbor's skid steer to get ourselves out, and one of my nice neighbors across the street also came out and helped plow snow with his big tractor. I'm going back in here, just doing a little more blending, deepening the colors, and bringing that stormy sky up just a little bit, which will give me a little variation, another lighter purple color. So I'm going to carefully lift this up. I'm going to leave the stencil on, and I'm going to put this in my MISTI, and no, I have not cleaned that sheet yet to make it sticky again, so I'm still using my magnets, but I am going to place the stamp on that panel, and then I'm going to use some Gina Amalgam ink and stamp that out. I'm not going to get a great first impression. I missed some spots. I didn't press hard enough, and I'm going to have to go back a couple of times and clean that up. So I'm going to do that. I woke up this morning and my heater isn't working. It's about 61 degrees in here, but fortunately I have a fireplace, so the fireplace is on. The bummer is that we're leaving to go on vacation. My nephew is getting married in California, and so we're leaving on either Friday or Saturday. And so I'm hoping that somebody's going to be able to fix this quickly. I'm hoping it's not a piece that has to be, or a part that has to be ordered. So now I'm going to still leave that stencil on so that I keep those clean lines, and I'm going to move over to my splatter box and use some Holbein white gouache to create a snowy background, just to add a little bit more to the card. This is a super easy card. It took me no time at all to complete it, you know, probably at most a half hour. I don't even think it took that long. And so I just think that these stencils are a great product to have for really quick and easy cards and clean cards. This is not going to be very dimensional. I didn't add any fun foam or mounting strips, anything like that. All right, here's the beautiful part. I'm going to pull this off. I will take my stencil. See, there's a blob right there, and I think that came from that purple pad. So I took my stencil over to the sink, I cleaned it off, and now I'm going to trim the panel down. I'm going to take an 1/8 inch off each side, kind of do a little eyeballing since there isn't a clear line for me to use right there. So I took an 1/8 inch off that side, an 1/8 inch off the other. If you hear that jingling in the background, that is my baby boy, my doggy. It's his little collar. It seems to make a lot of noise, and he wanted to come up and sit next to me and get a little bit of lovings while I do this voiceover. So anyway, I'm going to just put some glue on the back of that panel and adhere it to what I believe is a paper tray ink piece of cardstock. It might be like wisteria or something like that. I'm not quite certain. I didn't write that down. So look at how clean and simple that is. All I'm going to do is add this penny black die piece. I did cut it out of the same 80-pound cardstock, and it is called Stylish Gratitude. I'm going to slightly tilt or angle that thank, and then the U I'll end up lining up horizontally. So I'm going to put this down on the card. My glitter glue was a little bit clogged. I must have left my pin out longer than I thought, and I had to clean off the tip of that. I'm going to get a couple of blobs from the glue, but I'm going to smooth that out because you don't want to put it down, especially when you're doing, you know, you're not putting any dimension behind it. You're going to see any bumps that there are. So I'm smoothing that out a bit. I'm going to center it on my panel, and then I'm going to add the words. The nice thing about the art glitter glue is it dries clear, so it's not going to leave any marks. You're going to see when I put the U down that it stuck to my finger and I drug it a little bit across the card, but the finished card you don't even see that, which is really nice. So I'll get that glued down, and then after I show you a final look of the card, we are going to do the drawing for the winner of the hidden giveaway. And the reason that I didn't note that it was a giveaway on my video was because I really just want people who enjoy watching my videos to subscribe. I don't want subscribers who are just here for the giveaway and they're really not interested. So, you know, there's really no point in getting subbies that aren't interested in seeing, you know, what you're creating. So there's a final look at my card. And then I only had, you know, because I have a very small channel, I only had a handful of people that submitted a comment for the giveaway, and that's the cute little CC Designs stamp that I am giving away. Those are my entries, so I'm just going to fold those up and I'm going to put them in the cup and draw that way. It's not like I have, you know, a whole lot of people that I need to choose from. So I also thought that it would be a nice idea to share with you how I store most of my stencils. There are some stencils that I have that are odd sizes or a little bigger, but most stencils are a 6 by 6, and so I store them in little 6 by 6 pockets. I typically put the name of the stencil across the top. These Tailored Expressions ones, I'm not going to because they're pretty self-explanatory, but I do keep them on this little ring, and then I have a command hook on my desk, and I hang it from there. So there's the little booklet and the ring. I think there's like, I don't know, like 4 or 6 holes on that, and I just do the second from the top. I could put another ring if I wanted to. These are the American Crafts Memorology pockets that I use. And so that's how I store my stencils. And then I'm going to do the drawing. So thank you again so much for watching my videos. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe if you like what you see. And our winner is Kim Shaw. So Kim, if you could please send me a direct message with your address, I'll get this little cutie patootie out to you. Other than that, I hope the rest of you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Bye-bye.